Aloha. Let me just say how honored we are to be here with all the coalitions, those interested in our work and the EDA and their partners. And thank you, Alana, for setting this up and moderating it so well. I'm Douglas Adams, Director for Research and Development in the County of Hawaii and the Coalition RICO. And with me is Sarah Freeman, the County Food System Specialist. Our coalition is grateful for the opportunity to showcase Hawaii Island agriculture and our community-initiated and community-led efforts to transform our economy with agriculture as a vital component of that revitalization. Our focus on transformation is not only post-pandemic, but also post-plantation and post-eruption. As the most recent Hawaii County Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy states, we are building a sustainable, equitable, and resilient agricultural sector that contributes to food security, economic vibrancy, and a supportable livelihood for our producers, aggregators, distributors, and the entire sector's labor force. Our Hawaii Island Coalition has been preparing for the past 2 decades to work with local and global partners to bring economic, social, and cultural benefits to both the island's economic system and individual households. We are ready for this moment.
Thank you, Doug. We have an amazing group of coalition partners and network partners. Each of our interventions is grounded and guided by principles of equity through enabling fourth sector principles and Aina Aloha economic futures models of economic development. Our partnerships honor and leverage hundreds of years of Indigenous and multicultural R&D, knowledge, and practices to reflect a more balanced relationship between economic and environmental prosperity. To give a little context about how important this is where we live, we are the most isolated geographic area in the world, 2,500 miles away from the nearest other landmass. And we are consistently under threat through natural disasters and economic downturns since the majority of our economic driver has been tourism since the 1950s. We have really high unemployment, poverty, ALICE, food insecurity, and obesity rates, as well as really high food costs compared to the continental United States. But with these challenges, we have a really great opportunity to change that landscape. Currently, one of the largest opportunities is that the state currently imports 90% of its food, equating to $3 billion a year that leaves the state. Diverting 20% of that capital to local producers would double the sector's market share and create 4,600 new jobs. The crux of our coalition and the success of our cluster is really the long-term collaboration through this sector and through this region. We have been partnering through the Hawaii Island Ag Partnership and the Hawaii Island Food Alliance, and together we developed in 2020 through 2021 a food system study. The study identified the need for increased collaboration through system coordination, planning, advocacy, and action amongst individuals and groups working with the industry as well as across the sector. The coalition has systematized key constraints and priorities to prioritize catalytic investments across value chain and supply chain domains. The main areas that we really identified for investment, which all of our projects represent, are value chain development, market system development, and workforce development and research and innovation. We have some very large projects within our coalition and our cluster. We would love to share them more in more detail, given more than 5 minutes and in the questions. They're listed here. This is to give you a broad sense. I also really want to share what we're really looking towards an economic development strategy is where anyone can participate. Our Ulu Co-op has a model where anyone just with one tree can participate. So we're looking at economic models where there's low barrier to entry, guaranteed market, and guaranteed price. So the economic benefits reaches anyone and throughout our sector. And we're not just focusing on large concentrated farms. Our really big proposal is really looking at small to medium-sized farms being able to enter and being strengthened within the marketplace. We really want to thank you for your time. And I want to leave you that if innovation is restoration and Indigenous practices are data science, then restoring Indigenous systems provides us access to hundreds of years of research and development conducted by people that have proven that regenerative biosystem management is possible and has power to generate island abundance. We really thank you for your time, and we look forward to your questions and getting to know you better.